We offer the best grooming products for you, Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, your style, class, and luxury. We make our products tailor-made for you with high quality, So get in style with the Black, Grooming Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. The Black Gentleman Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Stormybman Live for this Monday, January 6th, 2025. This is number 37 in the series of Stormybman Lives, and we're simply calling it, it's 2025. Let's talk that boxing jive. Yeah, man, we're in a new year. We're kicking off some great matchups early in the new year of 2025, picking up where we left off for 2024. And I'm excited because it was not that long ago, maybe even considered possibly just a little bit over a year ago, we were really starting to bang our heads against the wall like, hey man, what's going on with boxing? We're not getting the fights that we want to see. We're not getting matchups and events that are worth the while and interest for pay-per-view and so forth. And lo and behold, Turki Al-Sheikh popped up on the scene with his events that were sponsored for the Riyadh season, and things began to take a tremendous turn in an upward trajectory for positivity in the sport of boxing. That doesn't mean boxing is now perfect. By no means is it. But we are finally starting to see events and matchups that are worth our attention, and in some cases our dollars. And that's all we can ask for. I mean, we really were aiming toward that to begin with. So to be able to turn that corner facing the sport of boxing, it's a tremendous thing. I don't know about you, but I can always find, as long as it's accessible, something positive to say about the sport. There are many people who still feel and will continue to profess that the sport is in the sewer, in the gutter. It's not. But there are sorts who participate in the sport who continuously bring the sport down, and that's a whole different story and topic for another day. I hope that you all are doing well. Please smash the like button as you come into the building. This is a replacement live because Nerds on Culture was supposed to resume on its regular Monday evenings because we have been doing Wednesdays for a short period of time due to my partner in crime, Drew Titan's scheduling had changed, but it has gone back to his normal scheduled time. But the brother is recovering a little bit. He's had a bit of a rough day. So, like the trooper I am, I'm out here to bring the Storm Trackers, yeah, what they deserve. And that's more of me. Yeah! Stormybman is answering the bell. Yeah! You see, it's all relative. When you got it together like that, you can make those puns, huh? And I ain't big pun. I'm just a little one. Yeah, out here trying to bring you guys quality content, man, on a continuous basis. Be mindful that tonight's stream is also simulcasting on my Patreon. So for those of you who have yet to sign up for Patreon, please do so. You can sign up in the public domain, or you can sign up under the I guess, what do they call it? The paid memberships. You can sign up either way. But if you are a member of Patreon, please do that, because you're going to find that more of my content will end up on Patreon. And as soon as I am physically able to do so, I will be live streaming from Patreon, where we could have that unedited content that we have been talking about building towards. So one step at a time, but this is what we're trying to do to ever still progress and ascend toward higher ground and leave the tactics and the trolling and the I don't know, what do you want to call it? It's like, being victimized by the community that is out here representing as YouTube. So that's an option. Plus, there will be more options. We're pursuing so many. There may be an opportunity to do a podcast from Spotify. Stormybman is looking at all opportunities. And just know, once I hit that main medium, listen, for those of you who weren't a part of the ride, don't be trying to catch the train after it's left the station. You know why? Because, everybody ain't gonna make it. Yeah! That's what I say. Yeah. So let's talk some boxing, man. We're gonna cover some fights that are starting this week, and particularly this Wednesday, early in the wee hours of the morning, we got a card. And then this coming Saturday, we have another card. So boxing is kicking off, man. Big time, big time. So just know, if you aren't ready, the sport will pass you by, because we're doing the thing out here. We're gonna find exactly what we need and move toward what we're trying to do, and that is cover this sport that doesn't always love us back. Yeah. Let me see who we got in the building here, as the numbers appear to be climbing and rising. Let's see here. We got Stephen L. the Mac. What's happening with you? He says, yo, yo, yo. Eric Jordan is in the building, my man. That's one of our staunch supporters right there, my brother Eric Jordan, a real solid man out here in the LDBC. Much appreciate your presence here, Eric Jordan. Mr. Shelton is out there throwing up the deuces. What's happening with you, Mr. Shelton? Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels, is in the building saying salute, salute. What's happening with you? Michael Ray II is back saying salute, Stormy in chat. What's good with you, brother? What's good? King Styles Productions is back with us saying salute, Stormy B-Man in chat. Adrian Viet is out there saying salute, Sensei, right back at you. And Ravens Nation is back as well saying salute. What's good, man? Everybody is out there. Can I ask you guys, what are you looking towards in 2025 as we get ready to kick this boxing season off for the year of? Can I ask you guys that? I just want to know. I want to get a feel of the pulse of the community. How can I? Let me see something. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out, forgive me guys, because I'm using the StreamYard. So the setup is a little bit different on StreamYard as I try to do a poll. I think I figured out how to do it. So give me a moment as I put this together for you. Let's see here. Yeah, this is it. Let's see. I'm putting this poll together, guys. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, brothers and sisters, I have put this poll together for you guys out there. I'm asking, what are you looking for from boxing in 2025? Better pay-per-view, more unifications, more best versus best, or other? Can you guys please assist me with the poll? Because you know, one of the things that I enjoy doing more than anything is interacting with you all. I want to get the pulse of the community that supports us and the LDDC. I want you guys to be involved, active. And so when I put a poll up like this is what it's about. It's trying to get a gauge and feel for what you're looking for. And, just, understand. And it's a sincere thing. Salute to Hendog, the fearless one in the building, saying salute everyone and salute Sensei. What's happening with you, man? He says that's a tough poll. I'm not trying to rack your brain, but I'm trying to start a conversation here, because again, it's important to know what you think and feel. And sometimes when we have our platforms, we are a launch pad for your voice. And if you guys don't think that they don't listen to us, they do. But when you are indecisive, when you are warring amongst one another, when you are focusing in on matters that are trivial, they don't have to give you the attention that you really deserve for what you are willing to spend your dollar on. Understand that. It is a business, but at the same time, you have a responsibility. Be more judicious with your buying dollar. That's where it starts. And understand that that's what's up with that. So yeah, it's one of the things that we could talk about here. Let me see here. Get up here. Yeah, there Stormy is. Yeah, I got all these. It's a different setup on the StreamYard, so I be trying to figure things out and be able to move stuff around and all of that. I still haven't gotten the hang of it totally, but I could do a little something. Yeah. So, let's see here. Okay. Look. Let me take a look because I got to go to another page to look at the poll. Of course, with the 6 votes that we got, everybody is saying more best versus best. That's kind of like a given, though, wouldn't you say? But better pay-per-view. How much better can you be when Turkey Al-Sheikh has shrunk the pay-per-view buying cost down to like $29-$39, man? Going back almost 20 years, what we used to pay for pay-per-view. I mean, I think that that's awesome. You know what I mean? More unifications, meaning that, you have titleists who are simply that until they defend and reign. When you reign, that's a champion, right? So more best versus the best is a given, but more unifications to kind of weed out the pretenders from the real deal. That's something to bear in mind. We really need those type of matchups as well. And when I say other, it may be particular towards something that you have a personal desire for. That's, that's a given. Eric Jordan says the best fighting the best is what it should be. Michael Ray is saying, I feel like if we get the best fighting the best, eventually the unifications will come. Well, understand that sometimes the best aren't even involved in the championship fights. Believe it or not. Like Gervonta Tank Davis. He's considered one of the best, but he's not interested in undisputed or even unifying against other champions. So what is his motivation? Just the money? And only he can answer that. We can guess it, but he needs to be able to answer that question for us. But then when you have someone like Devin Haney, who is really trying to fight all the best fighters, and they find reasons not to cooperate with him. And it goes beyond not liking his dad or himself and things like that. It's just that, some of those promoters and managers, their fighters are sometimes their cash cow, and they don't want to lose. They don't want to be washed out with losses of their cash cow. But if the fighter is a good fighter, win, lose, or draw, and he has appeal to the public, people are going to pay to see him regardless if he lost or not. That's the thing that these promoters don't believe in. But I'm going to tell you another reason that they don't believe in that is because they want to sell the networks and the apps on championships. Well, with 5 title belts, you can have plenty of championships. But that doesn't mean that they're good fights. Because if you're trying to pad a guy's record and keep him undefeated, you're putting him in against people that don't stand a chance of defeating him. And we got to get through that kind of foolishness. That's why with what Turkey is doing, and now he has the Ring Magazine title over there with Riyadh too. So if you're going over there and you're fighting on those cards and you're being successful, at the end of the day, the Ring Magazine belt is once again going to become the #1 championship title. And I look forward to that day. Do you guys remember in Rocky 3 when Apollo passed away and Rocky spoke at his funeral, and on his casket he put the Ring Magazine belt? That was the world championship belt. We may be moving toward the reality when the ring belt means something again. That's greater than the WBC, greater than the IBF, the WBA, the WBO, or the IBO. Any of those belts. The Ring Magazine belt has a history that goes back to the very first boxers, John L. Sullivan and all of those guys. Listen, that's what we need. Champion Heart is in the building. What's good with you? Universal Truth is falling into the building. What's happening, Universal? Yeah. I'm surprised you guys haven't, selected anything outside of more best versus the best. That's the hardest thing to do, the best versus the best. The hardest thing to do. But let's talk about this fight coming up Wednesday morning. We got a big bout coming on where we're going to see the IBF and Ring Magazine Championship fight at cruiserweight between champion Jai Opataya as he takes on David Nika. And these two men are going to get it on. Nika is an Olympian. Opataya is now a 2-time champion, having defeated Myris Breeders twice for both titles. The IBF title was stripped from him when he decided to take a fight over in Riyadh season, and they wanted him to face Myris, which he said he would, but he wanted the chance to make the payday that he was going to make in Riyadh. So after being smart enough to do that, and he felt that he could come back and obtain the title again, which he did, but it wasn't a cakewalk because they made him face Breeders. So I think it was when he was in Riyadh and he faced off against Ellis Zorro, and that was in December of 2023. I think it was a first round stoppage he had over Ellis, and then he fought Breeders in May of 2024 in a rematch. He has since fought one more time in October on the undercard of Bivol and Bitterbeef, where he took on Jack Massey. Jai Opataya is a cruiserweight that has asserted himself like no other presently, and Jai is probably the best cruiser since Alexander Usyk moved up from the division. There's talk that those two may face each other, Usyk and Opataya. Wouldn't that be interesting? If Usyk moved back down to cruiserweight to face Opataya, it would be a chance for him to become a two-time undisputed champion if he could, face Opataya after Opataya collects more belts. And if Opataya is able to gather the belts and want to move up to heavyweight, Usyk can meet him up there. That's a very interesting dynamic for those two men to have. But David Nika may have something to say about all of that. The 6'6" Orthodox fighter has a heavy punch, and he thinks that now is his time, fighting out of New Zealand. Nika is 10-0 with 9 knockouts, and he's really thinking about getting in there, mixing it up with Jai Opataya, who had a different fighter on schedule for this particular date that fell out. And Nika decided to step in, feeling that at the age of 29, it's now or never. Let me fight for a title. And something is telling me, people, this fight could go one or two ways. Either Opataya is going to eat this kid up like Pac-Man, and I say kid, but they're both like pretty much the same age, right? But either that or Nika may pull off an upset, man. And it's not that I don't think Jai can get the job done. I favor him in this fight. But every once in a while, we have, what do they call it? Singularities that will show their head from time to time and just totally upset the plan of everything in the universe. And these singularities come out of nowhere, like Buster Douglas or Bruno Sarachi. You know what I'm saying? It happens. But this is going to be a great night of fighting for the people in Australia. They're fighting in Jai's hometown. It really looks like a difficult situation. When you go home, sometimes it becomes difficult because you're fighting in front of your family, your friends, and everything. And there's a lot of pressure. So the Gold Coast Convention Center in Queensland, Australia will be rocking. Listen, Hen Dog, let me tell you something. That's why you hear me saying there's something. It's like if Jai wins, wonderful, because I love the guy. He's a good fighter, and he's got that type of approach to the game that you want a fighter in championship position to have. But there's a what if hanging over this. I'm sorry, it's just there. But the film that I have seen of Nika is that it tells me that his chin is up in the air. Jai knows how to fight big guys. Just ask Jordan Thompson. He handled Jordan very well, who has pretty much the same dimensions physically that Nika has. And Jordan Thompson didn't even have his chin up in the air the way that Nika carries his, but we will have to see. if it does happen to turn into an upset, remember me saying this on this evening, because the fight will be Wednesday morning. The card will start roughly around 2 a.m. We're being told. It's very interesting. Let me see here. I'm trying to pull it up on my slate here. Let's see here. Big fights, okay. Okay, here we are. This is what I'm looking for. The fight will be broadcast on the Zone, and they're saying that the estimated ring walk Wednesday morning will be roughly around 5 a.m. And that's kind of like when I'm getting ready for work, man. So before I leave out for my work day, I might be able to put it on my phone or something. Be driving to work without watching this fight. But listen, the estimated ring walk, 5 a.m. Central Time. Now, if you're on the East Coast, that'll be 6 a.m. It's an easier rise for you guys. If you're on the West Coast, I'm sorry, we're talking about 3 a.m. for you guys, huh? And you're bringing up the rear. Yeah. But yeah, and there's supposed to be some talent on the undercard that are featured on this, where some of those guys from Australia and over there, it's like, you know, it's going to be kind of tight. So, oh man, can you imagine this, man? I'm telling you. Jimmy Bernard, what's good with you? I see you out there. He says, what's good, Sensei? Salute to the chat. Yeah. So, man. These guys are going to mix it up, man. Eric Jordan says, damn, that's 3 a.m. Yes, sir. Very early, man. Get up, huh? Put you on a pot of coffee. Y'all do it for other stuff, huh? Be staying up in the wee hours of the mornings doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Criminal activities and all, huh? Mm-hmm. Some of y'all will get up like that for Starbucks, huh? I don't know why, but you do, huh? Maybe it's the crack that's in there, yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you have the Zone, please go on there and check out their face-off. That's another thing that's telling me that about these two guys, because they're familiar with each other. That part of the world, they're over there, they know, they're very much aware of one another. But something is telling me this fight might be tighter than many people realize. And I'm going to tell you something. The Wednesday, time slot that, being over there in Australia, blah, blah, blah. Man, can you imagine if you aren't tuned in and you hear the final result and you be like, damn, I know I should have watched that fight. That's what we're going to be dealing with. And think about it like this, guys and ladies. Check this out. I'm talking about this fight, right? Who else is talking about it? Now, our sister Shower, she did a video on it. She did a video, great work, broke it down. But I'm just saying, who's talking about these guys, man? You gotta respect the sport, man. You got to respect the sport. And then when you get a guy like, say, like Nika wins, and he wins in spectacular fashion, then people will be like, well, who is this guy that beat Opataya? You know, it's like, okay, but you didn't think it was worth watching or going back to watch the replay. If it's just too early for you to get up in the morning, it's too early. You know, it happens. But to just be disengaged and watching stuff like talking about a dude's hairstyle and all of this kind of foolishness, I mean, enough is enough, right? You ain't figured out that something is wrong on that side of the walk of life, man. I'm sorry. But people love train wrecks. We've talked about that too, haven't we? So, yeah. But, man, please. But I want to see the fight. I think it's going to be good for as long as it lasts. I'm pulling for Opataya. I'm pulling for Opataya by brutal knockout, too. He's got this killer instinct in him that when he gets somebody hurt or whatever, he really tries to go upside their head. And, you know, guys in the aftermath be like, damn, man, I thought you was trying to kill me in there. Yeah. Michael Ray says, I'll be up, will be getting ready for work. I watch the open workouts. Yeah. 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 Hendog says, Nika looks like Opataya's lost cousin. Hey, the bloodlines are close over there. Australia and was it where are these guys from? Australia and New Zealand. Yeah. Yeah, New Zealand, Australia. I bet you The Rock will be over there watching them guys, or at least have his TV tuned in if he's not traveling, making a movie or something. But Michael Ray says, I'd rather talk boxing any day over talking Tank's hair. Listen, man, please. That dude is the most, you know, when they use the term attention whore, if he were like fighting everybody you'd like to see him fight, he could do whatever he wanted, man, because people can just respect that he gets in there. But he doesn't fight the guys that you want to see him fight. And all of this other stuff, this literal diva behavior and all of that, this kind of effeminate energy, what the hell, man? No. Go sit down somewhere. Can't get with it, bro. Can't get with it. No way. Nope. But I'm looking forward to Jive and Nika. That's going to be a good matchup, man, for however long it lasts. I can't even put a limit on the rounds that I think it's going to go, because it could be over in the first round or it could go the distance. That's how intriguing this fight is. This is literally whoever imposes and implements their game plan. I just know that Jai has more professional experience and that Nika is, 16 less fights. 16 more fights is a lot for Opataya. That's a lot, because Opataya has basically, he has double the knockouts in his career than Nika has fights. So when you start breaking down those kind of numbers like that, you have to really pay attention to how strong a guy really is and how much of a threat he really is. You have to really pay attention. Yeah. But the other fight coming up Saturday, and I know a lot of you guys are not necessarily prompt to tune in to this, But Boxer and Sky Sports are putting on a promotion called True Grit, where Callum Smith is taking on Steve Woodall. And this is going to be for the BBB of C super middleweight and the common boxing super middleweight titles from the UK. These men are gonna go at it. Now, Callum Simpson, he's like 15-0 with 10 KOs. And his last fight against Zach Shelley saw him win a unanimous decision when people thought that Shelley was gonna really, take it to him and everything, but he turned that challenge back. Now, Steve Woodall is a guy that's coming in. He's got a record of 19-2 with 1 draw with 12 KOs. He's 30 years of age. He's 5'11" with a 69.5-inch reach. They call him the Stallion, huh? But Callum, who is like, I think he's like 6'2" or 6'3", something like that. But he's a little bit robotic. He reminds me, he's like a larger sized Kell Brook, but he gets after it. He's aggressive. I expect these guys to mix it up. I expect Callum to kind of pressure Woodall and bring him to a place of like, he's either going to break him down or he's going to impose his will against Woodall's will, and then it'll be a thing where Woodall feels like he can't win, he'll just survive. Sometimes that's what guys do when they realize they can't win. The next best thing is to not get knocked out. But in the co-main of that over there, you're going to see the return to the ring of Caroline Dubois as she takes on Jessica Kamara from Canada. Now, Caroline was recently awarded the WBC title at lightweight. Katie Taylor was the undisputed lightweight titleist until she moved up to face Chantel Cameron. When she defeated Cameron in their rematch, she let the lightweight titles go. But Caroline wanted to face Katie. It may just come about that their career paths won't cross because Katie is further along in her career and moving towards the twilight and end of her career, and Caroline has just hit the ground running. Now, Jessica Kamara is coming into this fight with a record of 14-4 with 3 KOs. They nickname her the Cobra, and she's after Sweet Caroline, We're gonna see something here, but I think Sweet Caroline, anxious to defend that WBC title, man, she gonna go upside Kamara's head, man. She going upside her head. I'm sorry, it's happening, but I want to see it. I want to watch the violence. Yeah. Salute to the brother Eric Jordan out there with the Cash App donation. My brother says, let's see what he says here. Supporting my sensei. I'm looking forward to the fight. Appreciate you, Eric, man. Thank you so much. Like I said, one of the strongest supporters out here on the airwaves, man. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah. I was just looking at this poster here, True Grit. I like when they put the posters together like that and they're very simple. like that. So yeah, Caroline is gonna be a co-main event to Simpson versus Woodall, but that's a darn good co-main championship fight because Caroline brings it, man. She reminds me with her intensity. She reminds me of Gabriela Fundora, how she focuses in on her opponents technically and likes to get after them. She likes to turn the heat up on her opponents. She is not there to win friends and influence people. She's actually out there to eliminate, huh? And at the age of 23, she has a serious upside. She's not thinking about a family right now. She's thinking about going out there and conquering. And man, it's going to be fun to watch. Now, this fight will be, like I said, promoted by Boxer and on Sky Sports, but over here in America, stateside, it'll be on Peacock television. So if you're watching it on Peacock television, let's see if I can pull up the ring entrance and times for that, because it's good to know these things when you get a chance. The main event, the ring walk, is scheduled for Saturday at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. between Woodhall and Simpson. Now, Caroline's ring walk should be around 3 p.m. So bear that in mind. And that's going to be worth tuning in to see. Two champions going at it. You know, and I'm talking about the guys in the main event and the guys that are in the co-main. Yeah. Or the ladies that are in the co-main. Yeah. So Michael Ray feels that Caroline should dominate. We'll see. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it doesn't. But I'm interested in seeing what she does. Yeah. I like Caroline. She's a good fighter, man. Yeah, I like to see old Caroline do her thing. So like I said, guys, this is the kind of stuff I look forward to. I don't know about you. Yeah, buddy. Let's see here. I had something else to put up. Now, coming up later in the month, we've got Monster Inoue on a Friday, January 24th. Again, taking place in the early hours of the morning because it's from Japan. So we're going to see that. Now, Monster Inoue is a guy that many people kind of ridicule because he's such a little guy at the super bantamweight level, but he's the undisputed champion down there, and he basically be knocking people out like he Triple G or something. So you got to watch out for the monster, and they let him stack his wraps over there, which makes for a harder punch. So he's got that kind of result. But the undisputed super bantamweight champion taking on Sam Goodman from the UK. Now, Sam, I've watched some film on him. He's a good fighter. He's undefeated, but he doesn't have a lot of KOs. He's aggressive and he's tough, but he doesn't need to be allowing Monster to hit him. See, I've talked about guys letting Monster hit them. It's almost like they want to see his power. Let me just see if I could take it. And next thing you know, it's like 9, 10. It's like, what did you let him hit you for? I told you don't do it, protect your chin, man. It's like they get in there like, I want to really see if, what they say about him is true. Shout out to Stephen Fulton, man. I told that fool don't go over there and let this guy hit him, man. Now Stephen ain't the same no more. He done got beat up, man, by a puncher. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. Man, these guys are something else, man, I tell you. Just sit up there. Yeah, I'll just let him. I was just gonna try to absorb this blow and see how hard he really. 7, 8. And you looking around, you trying to get your bearings, and the ref is waving it off because you're fighting in Japan. You stupid fool. I'm telling the truth there, Universal. You laughing, but I'm telling the truth, man. These guys don't. That's why you don't do it, man. You don't let the guy hit you. I said, going into that fight, I said for Stephen Fulton, I said, don't go over there and let this guy hit you. Use your defense. No, he trying to fight him like he fought Brandon Figueroa, because Brandon is not a devastating puncher, but he's a strong guy and he's a pressuring fighter. So he goes over there, he's leaning in and stuff with the monster. The monster was like, y'all see this? The monster stepped back and told the Japanese crowd, he was like, y'all see this? You see this guy? Watch this. Fat. His Fulton's down. Yeah. Man, that idiot. When the ref was counting him out on the canvas, I would have been catching a taxi to the airport. I told that fool, don't go over there doing this. Now that ought to learn you, huh? Like the little rascals used to say, that ought to learn you. Seriously, And I can see if he didn't have good defense, but Stephen Fulton was known for defense and everything till he went over there. I'm like, man. Now, and since he had his comeback fight, look at it. That dude had him rocked and shook up. Brandon gonna beat him in a rematch. Watch. tell you, man. But boxing is so funny, ain't it? It's funny, man. But yeah. And I got a surprise for you guys, man. Coming up. Let me see if I can put it up here for you. Let me see here. Yeah, coming up February 6th. I think that's a Thursday. If it's a Thursday, the 6th, because it's the first week of February on the Thursday, we got a special edition of the Three Wise Men of Boxing coming to you guys Thursday, February 6th, man. And we're going to be Scrapbook Boxing and I are going to be talking. We're going to have a special dedication to our brother Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, and we're gonna talk some boxing like we did before when we had that show on the regular. So you guys will be able to tune in. That's gonna be a special edition of the Three Wise Men of Boxing. So set your calendars for that. Scrapbook and I shall return, bringing you guys the most quality of content. The Three Wise Men of Boxing. Yeah. See, some of you know about that. Some of you may not know about that because some of the storm trackers are coming in the aftermath of such a wonderful show. But let me take you guys. Let's see here. Take you down memory lane for a moment with that. Check this out. Let's see here. See if you guys remember this.
You know, but there was a lot of intrigue in that fight. I thought it was 55-45, but Ray Mercer has one of the best chins you will ever see. You know, I mean, he has a granite chin. You know, and that fight, he was taking some shots.
I knew Ray Mercer could take a good punch, but Tommy Morrison's left hook was something that was a little bit special because, and I recognized that early on because there's just, you know, Tommy Morrison fought a lot of the guys on his way up that Mike Tyson fought, and he got a lot of the similar results that Mike Tyson got. So, you know,
that Buddy Bear fight was something else. He had him do a 360. Joe Louis hit him so hard that Buddy Bear did a 360. That's a hard punch. Because Buddy Bear was over 6 feet. Brutal punch, Joe Louis. I mean, his brother Max Bear. Joe Louis hit him with a triple left hook. That ended it for Max Bear. Max Bear could take punches. In fact, Max Bear was said to have been the greatest right-hand puncher as a heavyweight.
Yeah, that was just one of those. I remember my dad, he was really into Sweet Pea Whitaker because he really liked Sweet Pea's natural, it was almost, he had a, you know, you could teach guys defensive tendencies and things like that, strategies, tactics, but Purnell had an instinctive way of going about how he fought and how to keep himself safe and
that's a talent, and it basically speaks to the notion that he understands something that's happening in the ring that a lot of fighters don't understand. They basically react or whatever, but his mind was like a computer in there. He could understand what's going on. And when he went up against quality oppositions that were supposed to be those to test his mettle, that radar became increasingly open and more sensitive, and he was very much dialed in. That's why in those fights, matter of fact, we could run off at least 2 or 3 more controversial decisions involving him, because they were always trying to give someone else an opportunity against him because he was that good.
You're right, Stormy.
Yeah, that's just a little preview of what you may recall, and we'll see once again when Scrapbook and I bring a special edition of the 3 Wise Men of Boxing to you on February 6th. So bear that in mind, you guys. You know, we're going to be working. See, a lot of times you don't realize what we're going to do, but we're always, you know, got stuff going on behind the scenes, man. Always behind the scenes. So we're going to be working on that big time. Big time. So just know, huh? Just know. Yep. So Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. What's good with you? I see you out there, Champion Heart. Yeah, we're gonna bring that to you guys as a special. Yeah, Mahari Nation, it's gonna be a special. It's the show is not coming back on a regular basis. We're having a special show on that day, February 6th. I'll be advertising it, but we finalized our thoughts of what we were gonna do. So I had the green light to go ahead and let you guys know about that. But you'll see it. Just pay attention to my community page, and you'll see. Yeah. Yep. See, we're not bringing that show back because people didn't appreciate it when it was there. You know, it's like we got other stuff that we're doing, but that special edition of it, we will be able to drop stuff like that from time to time simply because that's what we enjoy, Scrap and I. You know, it's just like we could have kept the show going, but we realized, you know, one of the things that I was very upset about was that when Kurt, you know, went on to glory, you had all these people that would come around and talk about, you know, how they love that show and this and that, but you guys wasn't even there when we were going live. You might have catched it on the replay because you was too busy watching the other BS that's out there that's still flooding the market right now. But you could have been there with Kurt live, listening to him live, asking him questions live and things of that nature, like when he was paired up with Blue Blood. You know, he gave a lot of himself to that channel and with his efforts and everything. But people want to come in the aftermath and talk about, oh, you know, he was the what do they call it, the historian and this and that. But when he was live, you guys, we would have like 6 people watching us when we were live, and those were the 2 most dedicated men on the YouTube airways who knew more than any of those other guys. Even these doggone fighters who have channels now couldn't hold a candle to Kurt or Scrapbook. Couldn't hold a candle to him. And you guys were not there, man. You weren't there. But you know what? I've already talked about that, but at the same time, it does put me in a special place mentally to know that, you know, nobody was there when the man was here, you know, and we were giving our blood, we were giving our effort, we were doing the best that we could, and there was no appreciation for that. None. You know how they tell you give people their flowers while they're alive? Nope. No flowers. So it is what it is. Yeah. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put my man, the Focus Ball, out there for us, because he's gonna tell us about his product, the Focus Ball. Yeah.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Get you some of that Stormybman merchandise. Get you some of that Focus Ball merchandise, man. We are really putting it together out here. You guys just know that when you come around these parts, we're doing the best that we can to bring you the most of quality content, both of what you can enjoy as entertainment and that you can enjoy as material possessed articles. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, man. So show a little love and support and get you something, There's something in the bag for everybody. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and showing up, smashing my like button, showing support. See, we has a Cash App donation from my brother Eric Jordan, and we're gonna keep on pressing, man. And the rescheduled show for Nerds on Culture will be next Monday when Drew is feeling better, and we will be back with the Nerds on Culture. And we got other shows that are coming up this week. Tuesday Tussle, Friday Night Chop Session. There's always something going on. We got the premieres every morning here on the Stormybman channel. So you guys can catch up on a lot of content here on this channel. So I'm going to get ready to sign on off here. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace to everybody. Have a great week.